How difficult of a dynamic is it for you not to know your opponent until 2 days before the game?
I think for us, it's still far more about what we do and who we need to be. So, getting back from Kansas City, getting some bodies rested, getting back working on the things that we work on, is going to be important. And regardless of who we play, obviously it's a unique dynamic when you don't know. We're one of the teams that doesn't know who that will be. We'll prepare doing what we need to do, and we'll get to that soon enough.
Is that twice the prep work for you guys, the staff on the front end, or there's some overlap?
Not necessarily. We've had quick turnarounds, as we've moved through the season where you turn it around in a day or two. So for us, I'd say it's going to be a lot more working on the things that we do and that we need to be better at. And then when we learn who we play, we still have, a day and a half to kind of implement a game plan, if you will.
Overall, how do you feel about where you landed seating-wise?
Yeah, we felt like it was going to be somewhere in that range, right? 5, 6, maybe could be 4 in one scenario, 6 in another. So about where we felt like we would be, and so just take it as it comes.
TJ, what did you go back a couple of years? And you brought it up the other night. You talked about Jazz and Gabe and Rob. What did you do to sell them? How did you sell them?
With each of them, there's different things that were important to them, but I think for all three of them, it was they wanted to have leadership roles. They wanted to be able to play in the NCAA tournament. They wanted to have more impact on the team's success. And certainly with all three of those guys, to their strengths, they've all done that. And for them to put their faith and belief in us and, to be able to be in position here for Gabe and Jazz in their last year to go to 2 straight tournaments in their last 2 years, and for Rob to have gone to 2 and still have 1 year to play, it's really an awesome story because where we started at and when we were recruiting them, it was selling hope. It was telling them what we thought we could do if we worked really hard every day, and those guys have done the work and they've earned it, and it's awesome to have that opportunity in front of us.
Did any of them ask to see video of Iowa State teams in the past? And if so, did you show them the previous season? Or
No, they didn't ask to see film, from the past. I think with each of them, there's certainly questions about style of play, and when it comes down to, for me, will it be how you played at South Dakota State or UNLV or maybe in some of the years we had here? And so for each of those guys, we just tried to paint as clear of a picture as we could about how we thought we would, need to win games and what we need to do that. And when you look at those 3 guys in particular, they all do a lot of effort-based things. They all are winning players and do things differently. So it's really, as a coach, trying to adapt our way of playing around the strengths of our players, and that's what we've tried to do.
You talked a little bit in KC about, kind of the trajectory and the foundation of the program right now. How does, officially seeing this kind of speak to that and make it go even further with this upward trajectory?
Yeah, regardless of where we got seated today, we're, this season, we've had a lot of great moments throughout the course of the year. We've had, 9 top 25 wins, 6 top 10 wins, beat a number 1, overall team, had a lot of quality wins. And so, taking steps forward is important, or a step forward. And last year we were more in position at this time where we were hoping to be in. We thought we would be in. We came today knowing we would be in and just not sure where. So, success isn't always linear. You want to keep taking steps forward. It doesn't mean if you win this many games and you add 2 the next year. But I feel really good about our regular season and that we moved the needle forward again and took that step. And our guys did a lot of hard work each day to make sure we did it.
Just curious if you have any connection or have come across with Ben Howland or Jeff Capel on the trail or anything like that in the past. So
the Mississippi State coach, Chris Jans, I worked for in junior college for a brief period of time at Chipola College. Coach Capel was the head coach at Oklahoma when I was here as an assistant at Iowa State. So, know him just a little bit. There's not like a long personal story, but Coach Jans, like I say, he gave me my first opportunity to coach in college in general, like in junior college, and he's from Iowa, and we still have a relationship and stay in touch. So a lot of respect for him and how he runs his program.
TJ, I guess wrapping up here with me at least, do you have any thoughts on there's 6 state of Iowa teams in the NCAA tournament? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I'm happy that we're one of them, and I'm happy that we're in. And I'm glad for, coaches in the state that I respect that it's probably good for our state and good for our fans and everybody to have that level of success. So, but I'm selfish. I'm most concerned with our program doing well, and I'm happy with our guys, and we're gonna attack this opportunity and be at our best.
What does the next few days look for you guys with the Friday game? Obviously, you get an extra day at home before you have to leave.
Yeah, I mean, certainly with not knowing who you're going to play, how you handle those days is one way to do things. We got back yesterday. I want to make sure our guys' bodies feel good, so making sure we get proper rest before we get back to the court. So there's going to be a lot of stretching, yoga, things along those lines, as much as the X's and O's. Certainly a lot of film that we'll dive into, both personnel related and for things that we can do better, and then as we start to prepare for our opponents. But Our normal routine throughout the course of the year has been having 2 practices leading into the game, so we'll stay in that same routine and do what we need to do in the next 2 days before that to make sure we're getting our guys' bodies all the way, healed back up and fresh and feeling good before we embark on practice.